Wubuntu has gained popularity due to its ability to offer a Windows-like desktop theme by modifying the infamous KDE desktop. This highlights an ever-growing interest in Linux and the need for developers to create a viable Windows-like Linux alternative. If you are looking for a Windows 11 look and feel but on a Linux base, I guess that you might have stumbled upon Wubuntu. Don't be quick to install it just yet. It is crucial to understand the true nature of Wubuntu and see if it could be a viable alternative to Windows 11. Welcome to my channel. If you want to discover more about Linux as a beginner, you're welcome on board. I make videos about famous Linux distros available and how to select the best one to fit your needs. If this interests you, ensure you subscribe, like, and share to help my video reach many people who might need it. Let's quickly get into our discussion. First off, let's talk about what Wubuntu is. In simple terms, Wubuntu is a Linux distro based on Ubuntu and built with a Windows 11 desktop theme. It is built to mimic the looks and feels of an original Windows 11 but on a Linux base. When you boot the machine, the desktop environment resembles that of Windows 11. On the desktop menu, you can find Microsoft Edge, Windows Copilot, and the default Windows 11 background. It might fool a new user into thinking it is Windows 11. This OS instead takes the KDE Plasma desktop and modifies it with a Windows 11-like theme. Next, let's see how Wubuntu differs from Windows 11 and a standard Linux distro. Wubuntu might resemble Windows 11 on the outside, but underneath the hood, it is a completely different system. The key difference is seen in their features and functionalities. Here are a few. While Wubuntu might be a legal software to use, it is not officially endorsed by Microsoft. This means the developers of this OS have no partnership with the Microsoft team. A legitimate Windows 11 is compatible with a wide range of hardware and software. Wubuntu claims to support Windows.exe file type, yet it is limited to certain software and hardware support. A typical Linux distro as an open-source project adheres to Linux General Public License (GPL). GPL is a copyleft license that allows users to use the software, modify the software as well as access the source code, and must be distributed under the same or equivalent license. This encourages collaboration and ensures long-term sustainability. Wubuntu misses out on all these because it doesn't adhere to Linux GPL and closed-source elements are used in the framework. One of the basic requirements for Windows 11 is Secured Boot and Trusted Platform Module (TPM). Secure Boot is a security feature that prevents malicious software from loading whenever a device boots up. TPM is a security chip residing in the motherboard which acts as an extra layer of security, especially when combined with signed boot images to increase the overall equipment effectiveness. Both Secure Boot and TPM features are skipped in Wubuntu. The download of the Wubuntu ISO image is done through the SourceForge website and not theirs. The same goes for the activation, which is done via PayPal, in which your vital information is stored on their servers and exposed to potential threats. Microsoft, on the other hand, provides the software, which is readily available for download and activation through their own secured website. Wubuntu comes pre-installed with native Microsoft products like OneDrive, Edge, Teams, and Copilot, but unfortunately, these are all third-party apps owned by Microsoft. Wubuntu claims to be shipped with Wine, a feature that allows Windows apps to be executable on Linux, yet it doesn't support all Windows applications. Power Tool is what their setting app is called, which of course is a closed source. It claims to have a free and a pro version. After you try Wubuntu Free Edition for a week or so, it would ask you to enter a product key to continue using the desktop as if you were using a pro version. Wubuntu claims to be Ubuntu-based with a Windows desktop theme. Actually, it is an offshoot of LinuxFX, a distro known to be a spyware that steals your data when you activate it. Your metadata is uploaded into an insecure server. Is Wubuntu safe to use? Understanding the risks of any software is vital before using it. This is because your data is stored on such devices or software. Wubuntu, as we have seen, poses a risk to users. We see that it uses closed source and it is not an official product from Microsoft which it claims to emulate. Uploading your information or private data on this OS can put you at high risk. Wubuntu is often rumored to be a rebranding of LinuxFX, a distribution well known to be a scam. LinuxFX claims to have over 1 million users worldwide and up to 15,000 downloads per week. Some tech experts were able to perform a full database dump of the entire machine registration database, and found out these claims were false. The dump contains metadata for all registered Pro licenses, user license keys, email address, IP address of the machine, and more. And there were only 20,000 entries so far as against the 1 million claimed by the company. What other viable Windows 11 alternatives are there? As we have seen, Wubuntu is not a good option for you, for so many reasons which were discussed previously. It might fade away due to a lack of maintenance and support. Even with all these, Wubuntu points out an ever-growing interest for a Windows-like Linux distro. This could be because of the high hardware requirements imposed by Microsoft on Windows 11, as a result making older hardware incompatible. Therefore, users are forced to seek an alternative, and Linux is the closest. If you can't stick to Windows 10, here are some Linux distros with the looks and feel of a Windows machine you should try out. Linux Mint and Kubuntu might be a good spot for a start. These distros are far better and safer for use than Wubuntu. Switching from Windows to the Linux ecosystem might not be that easy. Sure to check my upcoming videos for tips to consider before using Linux. Thanks so much for watching. See you in my next video.